They turn heads in San Francisco. Robot taxis ferrying passengers all over the city.
I think the technology is amazing.
But also causing plenty of frustration, occasionally clogging streets.
Look at this.
Or interfering with a fire truck.
I'm seeing at least one incident a day now.
And even malfunctioning during NBC Bay Area's test ride with a long-time driving instructor.
This is not good.
Most robot taxis in this city are run by American companies, Google's Waymo or GM's Cruise, which say their cars are safer than human drivers despite the high-profile hiccups. But these cars don't just raise safety questions, they're also at the center of a technological arms race. An hour south of the city, this prototype roams the streets. It's made by Pony AI, a company founded here, but one with most of its operations in China.
Now buckle up, mask on, let's start the trip.
In fact, 10 of the 40 companies currently licensed to test self-driving cars in California are Chinese or operate under Chinese authority.
China is trying to corner infrastructure investment in a lot of different parts of the world.
Infrastructure like ports, mining, electrical grids.
And I think part of infrastructure is going to be autonomous mobility.
So while Chinese companies accounted for only 124 test vehicles in California last year, the Chinese push to build robot taxis here is starting to raise eyebrows. Even in Congress, there is growing bipartisan attention.
Any more inaction from Congress will result in the Chinese defining and owning the technology.
I am concerned that China and other countries are taking advantage of our inaction.
Some lawmakers have even proposed restricting Chinese robot car companies here, pointing out that similar U.S. companies are banned from test driving in China.
Think how much data the CCP is collecting on the United States and its citizens. That's a concern.
And the technology does collect a lot of data.
We utilize the data we collected from all operation sites, including the U.S. and China, for various driving scenarios.
A Pony AI spokesperson declined to comment on growing legislative pressure. Meanwhile, autonomous driving is a fiercely competitive business. In 2018, a Chinese national who'd worked for Apple fled the United States after his house was raided, and he was charged with 6 counts of stealing secrets from Apple.
Among the materials discovered from the devices in Wang's home was the source code for Apple's entire autonomous systems project.
And here's that same man in videos posted on YouTube listed as head of autonomous driving for Chinese company Jidu. Baidu, the Chinese megatech firm that runs that driverless car company, tells us he is no longer employed there. Efforts to reach him directly were unsuccessful. China's growing traffic problems has it desperate for efficiency. And as the world's largest car market, it is forecast to also be the world's largest robot car market. One study forecasts that by 2040, most mileage there will not involve a human driver. It's unclear exactly how many Chinese autonomous vehicles are driving in the U.S. today, but we do know they are on the road. 2, including one from Pony AI, reported collisions last month as required by California regulators. Nobody was hurt. Pony AI's CEO did not address U.S. testing in a recent interview with Bloomberg, but he did discuss the massive push happening across China.
We actually launched driverless operations in all 4 Tier 1 cities. I think the autonomous driving testing miles, at least it's equivalent or maybe even bigger than what's happening in the U.S.
As his company and others learn to drive on Chinese streets, it's clear that they are also eager to learn ours. Jake Ward, NBC News, San Francisco.
Our thanks to Jake Ward for that reporting. That does it for us for this very busy hour and the one before that. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. More coverage picks up right now.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.